Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. Well, today is what we describe in the world of day traders, is epic. We had some epic trades, epic calls, game changer calls, game changing plays. Today was the actual reward of being a day trader. If you were in the right room, in the right environment, it could have made you some serious money by predicting the movement of the stock before it moved. Today was just truly, truly epic. And I'm sure most of you in day trading know about BPTH. What's interesting too is there was a lot of chat rooms that didn't play it, and it's not that, and you can't kind of blame them. It's just that they just don't understand the stock, so they stay away from plays like that. They call them penny stocks. That's not a penny stock, right? That is a stock that you can seriously change your life and pay your bills. It's a bill paying trade, and it shouldn't be denied from any trader being able to trade it. So we're going to kind of go over that today. It was our number one pick in the chat room in Awesome Calls Trading, and it was picked for a reason. And to be honest with you, we were probably the only chat room in the United States and probably the world that said to everyone the stock in writing that the stock would probably hit $9 to $10 early on in the morning. We started the stock at $6.38, and we never looked back. And I nailed it personally for 1 point, $1.10 in the money. So that was really a fun trade as well for me. And then I kind of scalped it as it kept going up and down. Um, but I was really emphasizing be very, very, very careful once it started to get to that 12, 13 area. Every scalp was like I would take 40 cents, 60 cents. And I only did it a few times with less size shares because when you're at that level, the stock can pull 2, 3 points. Now, does the stock have more room to go? I do think it will, but I think they're going to probably do an offering first. And but we're going to go over that a little bit. But I really wanted just to take a moment, and I really wanted you to understand why I do these webinars. Um, it's to talk about, yes, the pre-qual the pre-market game plan and the stocks that I selected in play today, because we do this every single day, 5 days a week. But it's mostly for education purposes. And the reason why I do it is because as a trader, you have to, as you're developing your skill level, everyone has different skill levels. Everyone trades differently. But when you come in a room that really takes the time to do the research and the homework and puts, you could tell in just in the write-ups every day, the heart, the blood, sweat, and heart that's put into it. And what this is to do is to show you the different types of trades you can do, the different plays that are out there. Um, and really what I emphasize in Awesome Calls Trading is the versatility of trading all kinds of stocks. I think 2 weeks ago I gave you a 38 cent stock that went to $3. Today I gave you a $6 stock that went to 14. But in between that, I gave you stocks like AVAV, Dollar Tree, Tesla, BJ, Ambarella, Alney, Ross Stores, Bazan. I gave you so much variety, and I do it because I want you to know that you're limitless in here, that you can trade everything. And so there are rooms that emphasize I only trade options, and that's it. I just trade options. Okay, that's great. And how's that working for you? Your members make what, $100, $200 a day. You make more than they do because you kind of just sell DVDs all day and push your product on them and try to convince them that all your DVDs are going to save the world, and that's how you live. So what about the trader? I mean, is he really pulling in what you're making? All right, is he really making $1,000, $800, $2,000, 3,000? No, no. So why don't you allow the trader to develop a skill where he can actually pick anything and he's not limited? He's not limited because you're limiting his exposure to what can be done out there and the different types of trades that can be given. And that's what these pre-market game plans are about. But this is more and more than anything why we do a webinar every day for 25, 30 minutes. It is important that you study, each idea that was presented and why, and the reasons why the stock is in play. That is the most important thing, because if a stock is in play, that's where you make your money. The key to having a stock in play, like a NEO and a BPTH and a ZAO, it's also because let's call a spade a spade. You have to pay your bills. You're not here to be my friend. I love everyone to be my friend, but I'm not here to be friends. I'm here to make money. I'm here to pay my mortgage, I pay my car payment, take care of my family, take care of my son who goes to UCLA. I have bills. And so I know what it's like when you're developing your skill and you're coming up. I want to learn as much as possible. I don't want anybody to hold me back. And this is why we do the daily webinars. So when you look at back, you can say to yourself, I missed that call because you know why? Because at the end of the day, you missed the call because you didn't understand it. You didn't understand the stock. You didn't understand the setup. And it's not that you're a bad trader. It's not that anything. It's nothing negative on you. It's just you didn't understand it. So you stayed away with it. You stayed away from it. Or you didn't size in when the obvious was in front of you. Because why? You didn't understand it. Or maybe you're programmed, why stay away from those stocks? Why? Who told you to do that? Who told you? How many times have you said in your head, I don't trade that. It's stupid. I won't do that. How many times have you said that? You look at a call and you go like, I think that I can't do that. Why? Who's stopping you from trading that stock? Is your mom? Is your dad walking in the room? Is it your brother? Is it your girlfriend? Is it your husband, your boyfriend? Is somebody coming in and telling you you can't trade that? Huh? No, you shouldn't be doing that. Is there negativity around you? What's making you say I can't do that call? I missed that call because why? I always love that. Why didn't you take the call? Because I'm ready for your excuse. Okay? And so these webinars daily are trying to help you to stop being that trader you were and become the trader you want to be. A trader that trades with confidence, that can walk in a room any time of the day, take a trade, and make a living. All right? So today we're going to go over 7 different ideas that we did out of 12. Okay? And some of these are really epic calls, and some of them are just our basic ordinary 1 to 2, 3-point trades. All right, we're going to start with our number 1 pick on BPTH. All right? BPTH, a couple days ago, as you all know, really had an epic run with about 30, 40 million shares. And they were just eating it up and buying it up. There was no news on it. And my guess was they all knew what was coming. And today it came. And this is why everyone was buying the stock up. Because all those millions of shares that were bought up, man, did they get paid today. There's people that made absolutely millions and upon millions of dollars today. These small cap funds that bought 5 million shares or 3 million shares made about 10, 12, 15 million dollars today. I mean, there was some serious, serious money and short squeezing going on. This morning, I started in at $6.38, and I even chased it. All right. But I wanted to sell because I told everyone the stock's going to hit 750 at the open as soon as it opens. And I had a sell order, and I did it live at $7.48, and it hit because it hit $8 as soon as they opened. But I did tell everyone in the room I do expect the stock, if it does pull back down to the 6.25 range to 650, if it pulls at all, go long because I do see the stock. I would love to see the stock hit $9 to $10 today with the volume in the news. I don't see why this cannot hit our targets with solid volume behind it. The key to this run was the volume, and it had already done 1.5 million shares in pre-market on the news. So once it opened, there was another, I think, a million shares popped, and it was over. This stock was not coming down, and it was just an epic run. So my job at that point was to guide traders who missed their initial run, help them make money as it continued to run further up. But most importantly, most importantly, I must have been asked, and you can check the chat logs, I have been asked 50 to 100 times, is this the top at 7, at 8, at 9, at 10? Can I short here? Is this the top? Is it over? And I kept saying no, 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 and no. I must have saved traders from shorting the stock. And even if shorts were hard to find, those that had them, I kept saying no, 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 all the way up to $14 a share. And I think I probably saved more people from blowing up an account, but I also wanted traders to watch how the stock was traded. All right. So today on BPTH, again, here was the initial pre-market. You could see it had a nice build-up yesterday. And then this morning, the news got leaked. Not leaked, but sent out. Phase 2 trials were showing positive um, data. And that's all it took. And again, you have to go back on the stock itself and look at the performance of the stock and where it was. It's not hard that you can't see that this stock has already hit this 1438 level and has room to go. But for today, and I do think an offering is coming around 25 million shares, possibly 30 at a price of around, I'm going to say between $8 and $10. They're going to raise anywhere from 200 to 250 million, in my personal opinion. So I would be cautious on trying to long it and swinging it towards 22 or 20. Two epic days in a row, 60, 70, 80 million shares. They can go in there and take a nice, comfortable 25 and 30 million shares at $10 and not even phase the stock. Okay. But for today as day traders, it was, when I came in with B Trades, because B Trades and I were on this, and Raphael as well, but the two of us were really, really focused on where the stock was going to go. And we were just literally calling out the points. We started, we were looking at, once it started to get going, we were looking at the 737. Then we started pushing the eights. Then we started talking in the nines. Then we were working in the 11s. And after that, I said, 11, I can't guarantee where it's going to go, traders. You got to be careful. But topping looks like around here between 1244 and right here at around 13. And after that, you really got to be cautious. And when I mean cautious, that means you can only go in with a quarter to an eighth. You cannot play full size up here. You're just going to blow your accounts up, because then the market makers start to get pretty aggressive, and they'll start. And when I meant up here, when it started to get to this 13, 14 level, I was really telling traders, this is where you're going to get into trouble. You see how they were trading the stock here thick, right? You see how thick it is? You see how it would pop and then it would pull 20, 30 cents. You see this popping up here, and then it would kind of sell off, 40, 50 cents, 30 cents. You see how tight they kept it and how thick it was? But once they legged up here, that gave them more room to pull the stock. All right. And so I knew this. So I started telling the traders, okay, now they're getting ready. At this 10 level, I was telling them, watch the 1 to 1.5 point pulls, because this is when they're going to start really getting aggressive. They've already they kept it thick here, but up here, you're at a whole nother level. So if you put 500 in, you can lose 1,200 in a blink. And it's not that they're not going to stop it, but they're going to pull it because they're going to start taking your money at an aggressive level. And like clockwork, you can literally watch. You see as the stock got thick and thicker. So right up here, I said, if you're going to play this, go ahead. If this is really what you want to do, eighth to a quarter. Do not do more than that. Be ready for the 1.5 point pulls. And I want you to see what they did. As soon as the 14 level came, look at the pulls. You see the 1426 to 1304. Do you see that? Do you see the 1412 to the 1230? You see that? This is trading. This is the art of trading. This is where you're working with a professional day trader that does this for a living, that will prevent you from losing your ass. Because if you don't understand the stock and you start buying it, what if you would have bought 2,000 shares hoping for 15 because some idiot on Twitter said, "Oh, it's got 15, then 20, then 17, then 30." I mean, stop. Are you trading with his money or your money? Don't listen unless you're in a room that trades this for a living. Because if you would have bought 2,000 shares because this person said it would go to 15 or 16, look what would have happened to you. You would have lost $4,000 in a blink. And that's how you would have ended your day. Instead, you're in a room that says, instead of buying 2,000, why don't you buy 300 shares? So when it pulls 2, you're only down 6. Okay? Wouldn't you rather be down 600, even though I told you not to buy it to begin with, than to be down 4,000? And then look at these pulls. Look at them. 13.29 to 12, another $1.20 pull. Look at this pull. Huh? 13.30 to what? $11. So now they're getting aggressive, and every time it pops, they're pulling at 80, 60, 90 cents, $2. The thickness was here. This is where you were to play it. When this thing hit 780, I was screaming out loud. Traders, this is going to 10. It's going to 10. But right now, why don't you take a point, put $300 in, 300 shares in, put 400 shares in, and you know the end result? Traders were doing that, and they were having a blast. And I mean a blast this morning. I mean, amount of reviews that this room did today. I mean, we usually get about 60, 70 reviews a day. I mean, this today was just off the hook, off the hook. I mean, people just all day long were making money on this stock and just reviewing. I mean, and hats off to Noel and many traders in here. Just extremely, Jeremy. We have new subs coming in that came in this afternoon. I mean, look at Pop Pop did 423 on it. Deborah did great. Steve did awesome. Um, just a phenomenal trade, just on and on. Look at Mike Purdue. Mike Purdue, his first after 3 months, he's starting to. He made $1,285. He was in tears. He was in tears today because he's finally feeling it. Day trading takes time. It's a journey. It's not something you come in and make a rich quick. You've got to be taught. You got to get the confidence. You have to build your confidence. You have to understand the trades before you take them. It doesn't happen overnight, but when it does, the rewards are there. Can't Mr. Hudson, $750. Phenomenal day for so many traders. And B Trades and I stood together and just walked the trade up because that's what we do. And it was just so much fun. Look at 007. Corey. Corey's his third day in the room. He wants to average 1,000 a day. Humble trading. Another winning. Look what he did. I mean, really? Look. Every trade that he traded, AVAV, BBTH, Bizon, Dollar, Tesla, and Zayo were on our list. And every trade he did was pretty much a win. But that's what we do. That's what we do. Okay? So that was the BBTH trade. The next trade that we did was called Amberella. Now, Amberella was just a phenomenal call this morning. Well read, well scripted, um, well scripted on that. And I was really proud of myself because I had got up early at 3:30, 3:45 this morning. I wake up now without an alarm. Isn't that crazy? I don't even have an alarm anymore. I'm just up. My body wakes up at 3:47 and I'm up. It doesn't matter if I go to bed at 12. I mean, tonight I'm going to the Bel Air Hotel, right? I'm going to just get plastered tonight. My birthday's in 2 days. I'm starting to celebrate already. My girl's got me busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Tonight, party up till 12. Slap in bed around 12:30. 3 hours later, I'll be up again doing this again. I love it. I love it. So, what I really enjoyed about Umbrella today was that I got up and I read the earnings report. And I felt with the run last night, um, I just looked at the stock and said, okay, Umbrella's going to kick back and they're going to come down to probably around the 42 level. They're not going to give up their whole gains because they had really stellar earnings. So I'm going to call a stock. I felt the stock in pre-market was going to probably pop at the open to $45 a share. And then you could scale in short and then just take it down to 42 and then go long. You don't believe me? Look how I read the stock and look what I put in writing. Amberella, pop at the open to 45, short it 2 to 3 points to 42, and go long. See it? Again, the entry, take the short. I'm going to give you 2 to 3 points. I'm going to take it to 42, and then I want you to long it. Do you see that? You just built a puzzle how to pay your bills for today. That trade alone, how to pay your bills. So basically put a blindfold on and just wait for the 45 to hit the short button, and wait for 42 to hit and cover. You don't believe me? That's because you're in the wrong room if you don't believe me. Right? You want to see the stock? 45. And guess where it came down to? 42. And guess where it went back up to? 44. If you never day traded in your life, in your entire life, that would have been your greatest trade. Okay? I'm going to give you another one. This one, the entire chat room has to give props to Fire Trader. Fire Trader 05 called one of the most amazing shorts today, and it's still going down. This morning, AVAV gave stellar earnings, but it really squeezed a little bit too much. It went well past my figures on the pop at the open. So what happened was, because I called for a nice pop at the open and a short, but this thing just once it started to pop right here, I told traders, wait, it's not ready. Doesn't matter if it's 88, 90, what I wanted. No, it's got more. But you got to give props to Fire. Gosh dang it! If he did not perform like beyond words, he literally saw the topping right there, and he called a 95.10, 95.20 short. Stops at high of the day. I mean, within the first 30 seconds of his call, the stock had pulled to 91. He still told traders to stay in the stock, take what you can. I mean, this right here was just phenomenal. But he has been guiding the traders all morning, and look where the stock is right now, $86 a share. And he's trying to gap fill it around this 85 area. Just a phenomenal short that anybody in Awesome Calls that joined us could have taken. 250 shares, 300 shares, 100 shares. Again, why are you limiting yourself trading 10, 20, 50 shares of Facebook on put action or equity? Why don't you come in and enjoy a 200 share AVAV and make 4 points for $1,000 or $800? Wouldn't you appreciate trades like that more? I would. You know, I want to show you another one that you probably don't ever trade in your chat room. And again, it's not their fault. They're just not seasoned. So they won't trade stuff like that. They're just going to cross sell you DVDs all day. Look at this Dollar Tree trade. Now, Dollar Trade, in my opinion, didn't have stellar earnings. But one thing you got to know about Dollar Tree is investors and funds like to buy the weakness. This is a nice portfolio stock they like to keep. And so one of the moderators, Palmer, asked me today and said, hey, is Dollar Tree one of those ones that gets bought up on weakness? And the first thing I said was yes. Funds like to purchase this on weakness. So, and when you look at the portfolio of the ownerships of Dollar Tree, you'll see they will eat this up and buy in size. Okay. And so today I felt that the stock would probably fade off to 102. And I told everyone I like 95 to 96. It should bottom out, and then you can curl it back to 100. You don't believe me? Take a look at the notes. I was very clear about Dollar Tree hitting a certain number. Dollar Tree, I would short the stock to $96 and under, and then take it back to $100. Once it hits 100 again, it should fade back some. Okay? So I want you to take a look at the stock. All right, 102 short pre-market, came back down, and guess where it hit? 96 is here. and 95 is here. Between 95 and 96, and then go long back to 100. And guess where it hit? 101. You see? You see what it's like trading with a pro that has studied this day in and day out, puts in 18, 20 hours a day doing this, so you can benefit from his knowledge, so you can take advantage of what he's gone through and his losses, so you don't emphasize have the losses. You know what I love about our room? I started day trading. I was in a chat room. I lost $300,000, 325,000 bucks. It was probably the worst time of my life being in a room that I could just not get educated. And I love day trading. And I never wanted to give up because I always believed in myself. But at those times, God, it broke me down. It made me cry. It made me sad. It depressed me. But I believed in myself. And my little boy, who was 5, 6, 7 years old, he believed in what I was doing. And he'd write me notes every day. Dad, you're going to get through this. The light's going to come on. And you know what I had to do? I had to get out of that room. That room that I was in taught me absolutely not. It taught me how to lose money every day. That's what it taught me. And it took me to pick myself up and start really studying. If I really wanted to do this for a living, I had to study. And I had to look at every loss, why I did it, what I did, and learn from it. And I started writing and charting and just really opening my eyes to studying. And then it clicked. I started to understand the movement of the stock. I understood the funds. I understood the market. I started to feel the stock. You understand? I don't know a lot of you can understand that. I actually started to feel it. Oh, this stock does this, and this is why. This stock does this, and this is why. That's why every day when you listen to these webinars, you hear me talk about a PANW, and then I'll flip over to a Splunk. Then I'll go to TWLO, and then I'll flip over to AVAV, and then I'll go to Dollar Tree. Then I'll tell you a Tesla, and you're like, damn, how does this guy know all these different trades? Because I lost. And you can never lead anyone, and especially own a room of this quality and this magnitude without understanding what losses mean. And what I'm saying about all this, I have not seen anyone come in this room, and God is my witness, and lose 100,000, 50,000, or 300,000. The losses that I see are a couple thousand, 3 or 4 grand, maybe five, because they didn't listen, or they got stubborn, or they went on their own. They didn't ask me, because I would never let or want to let a trader lose that kind of money. I've already done the losing. Your job isn't to lose. Your job is to learn and learn from my losing, so you don't have to suffer what I went through. All right? You don't have to do the mistakes that I did. And this is what I do every day. I prevent people from losing their money. I try to help them make money to pay their bills by seeing the light. And that's what I do. You know, Tony, that's why I'm here, AJ. Well, thank you. All right, let's do another one. Okay. Neo. Now, this one was kind of stolen from our room, but it's okay. I understand. Yesterday, I remember Deborah asking me, should I long into earnings, or do you like this? Why are they buying it up into earnings? And I just said, Deb, do not buy NEO. It's actually going to disappoint on earnings, and the stock's going to trickle right back down to 7.5. Okay. So, like clockwork, and my friend Alex yesterday, he sold about 9,000, 10,000 shares before the close based on my comments. He did a hell of a trade, did 2 points. I think he made 18 grand on the trade. And sure as crap, the stock missed and came down. So this morning, I had two plays on this. I had the pop at the open, and why? Because I want you to see for yourself. Look at the amount of shorts that are in the stock that are up in the $10 range. Look at this. Look at the amount of shorts just piling in. piling in. I mean, we're talking tens of millions of shares piling in. And so when the stock missed, the first thing I said in the morning was to go long the stock and wait for the pop. Once it pops towards 860, 870, the stock will sell off and start buying 7.5 puts. Why? Because two of our tier one analysts this morning both came out strong. B of A threw a 680 price target, and JP Morgan put a $7 price target. I knew right there that the stock would be worth about $7.50 to $7. So I wanted everyone in the chat room, let the pop go on so you get better pricing, but start picking up $7 to $7.50 puts. And the way to play this on the next round is just wait for the stock to fall below 7, scale in on a swing, and buy the stock all over again. Then play it back into earnings. It's a rinse and repeat. Okay? And then the stock will just ramp right back into earnings. On speculation, they're going to do good. Citron will probably come in and go long. Another investor will come in and pick up the weakness. It's a rinse and repeat. And it's going to happen. So today, the call was 7.5 puts. And you don't believe me? And that's why it irritates the shit out of me watching these other rooms that came from our room literally copy our play and then tweet it out. Oh, I took 780 puts because I knew it was coming down. Oh, come on. You didn't make that call until 20 minutes after I put the notes up. So please, stop trying to be something you're not. And here's the Neo call. Number 2 pick in the room. I look for a fader down to 750. Any pop to me would be just a short, nothing more. Yanks to 750 at the open. Watch for short covering and squeeze, then short the stock again. And I even said at the open, pick up 5,000 shares at the open. It's going to squeeze. And it did. Look at the squeeze. Why? Because everyone had to cover the shorts. Look at the first spike at the open, right? Over, I think it was 7 million shares, 3 million there, and then I think it was 7.5 million shares covered within the first. Look, I'll show you the sticks. See that? A million there, 1.1 million there, 1.1 million there, million there, 800 there, 3.5 million right at the open. How did I know that? How do I know these things now? Because I used to lose on these trades years ago because I didn't understand them. But over time, I've learned, I've studied, I learn, I study, I learn, I study. God, can you ever think what it's going to be like when all of you are at that level? How good you're going to feel that anytime you walk into any chat room, the fact you could even run your own because you see the move before it happens and you feel it. And that's what this room, everyone is being developed right now. Next level of trading. Neo. The next trade that we did that was pretty impressive was Zayo. Now Zayo is a stock that I just love these stocks that they'll go out and they'll go, oh yeah, we're doing their stock is kind of being beaten down, for a week, 2 weeks, and then they'll go and investors are getting pissed off and management is like, maybe we should make a change. Guess what they do? What do they do? I think we're going to look at strategic operations to improve our company. Really? 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 Is that what you're going to put out? That's your news this morning? Um, right here? Let's see. Where is it? 3-6. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're going to postpone our analyst day to explore strategic operations. Why? Because your stock's for shit? You need help? Yeah. Yeah, we could do this. We accomplish this by executing focused strategy. What do you in a playground at the school grounds? I mean, what do you get together in a boardroom and go, fuck, we're all going to get fired. Let's do something. I mean, you see this stuff? I read right through the bullshit. And so what do? Short the crap out of that stock with size and take it down. That's what I said. Okay? You don't believe me? Look at the notes. Zayo. All right? This is just noise. I even tell you. Stock gapping. Start shorting. Give it room to 28. Short 27. Give it room to 28 and take it down to 25.50. Don't argue. Don't pretend you know more than me. Okay? Don't make an excuse. Don't make an excuse. Don't go, Nevada, AMD, Facebook. Nevada, AMD, Facebook. Spy plug, spy plug, spy. Spy, spy, spy. Stop it. Stop spitting spy. Jeez. Become a trader. Read the news. Laugh at it. Have fun. And short it. So you want to see this call? 27 short to 25.50. Are you ready? Are you ready? 27 short, pre-market, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. What did I say? 25.50. Hmm. 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 25.66 get you? Mm-hmm. Trade with a pro, you get a professional call. Trade with an amateur, you're gonna just trade Nevada, AMD, AU, Apple for 60 cents and call like, oh my God, oh my God. That's all you're gonna get. Come in here, get to trade Zayo. Right? Let's do another one. Let's take Alney. Let's take Alney. Now Alney it was really interesting. This one has just been all over the place. This is what you call, I call these kind of trades a zoo. These are zoo trades. They're just all over the place. They're like a roadmap. You know, a windy roadmap? That's what Alney is, and it's been that way for a couple days. First, you get an upgrade, then a sell-off on the upgrade. Then today, they missed 4 primary endpoints on some of their stuff. Then the stock drops 10 points. And you're just like, okay, can somebody make up their mind what you're doing over here? So, as difficult as the stock is to read, for us, I kind of felt the stock would probably pop at the open to 85, possibly even a little bit more, and then sell off. Okay? Because I felt that the gap down was too much. You know, you closed at 90 and you're gapping down to 82. I'm thinking, you know what? I know shorts are going to want to cover this. I still have Morgan Stanley backing the stock up with 120 price target or something like that. So, you know, I kind of felt I do feel the stock will probably I'd rather go long the stock than short the stock down here. So I told the chat room, look to go long and add on the weakness and then look for an 85 or more on the pop. And that's really the whole call of the trade. I don't really care about shorting the stock. I was more looking for the pop. And and you can look at my call this morning. It was number where is it? Right here, 7. 4 secondary prime did not meet. All right. So I said, look, um, if it hits 82.50 in pre-market, take it up to 85 or more and then short it. If it pulls even a little bit more in pre-market, because I'm writing this in pre-market, don't get scared. Look for that 75, 76 pull. But once this thing crawls through 82.50, you're going to get a nice play to 85 or more. And then you can short the stock. And it was really a solid play. And I'll show you the stock. So again, remember I was saying in pre-market 82.50? See the 82.50 right here? See right there? See how it popped through it? That's where I was saying go long. And then expect the stock to go to 85. Well, it hit 85. It actually hit 86 before you could even get 85. And then it actually topped at 87. You see how it topped off really nicely? And then you can short the stock right back down. So I thought that was a really, and the reason why I'm highlighting it is because even in the toughest trades, I do find a trade within that. And that was really important to me on that particular trade to figure that one out. Um, And then I'm going to give you one more, Ross stores. And I want you to write this one down for future references. There are certain trades that come out all the time that investors will buy the weakness. All right, just like we talked about on what was that other stock? Dollar Tree. Ross Stores is like that, and they will buy the weakness. So yesterday, the stock had closed around 94, and then it pulled down to 89. And this morning, it kind of opened up around the 91 area, 92. And I basically told everyone, go long, gap fill it back up and buy the weakness. If it pulls to 89, add more. They will buy the weakness on the stock. And that was really the call. I didn't want you to short the stock. I just wanted you to go long the stock. So, and I even said that the stock will go back up. And look how I write it. Earnings mixed, which means you had maybe you did good on your numbers, but you missed on the guidance or vice versa. So, because I know how investors react to certain stocks, because that's what you pay me for, to do the homework for you, to do the investigation, to double check. This is what I do. And look at it. This is in $3. In my opinion, this will simply be bought back up to 95 or more. Top it off, and they get a 3-point fade. Do you look at that stock? Did you just heard what I just said? 99% of you didn't even trade lost. You know why? Because you don't understand it. But after this webinar, you will. And you will never forget because you're in the greatest chat room on the planet. Right? And so I want you to look at the stock. Ding, 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 ding. If you had just put a blindfold on, bought 100 shares with 9,000 buying power, you would have made 5 points in 30 seconds. And then I said we'd go to 95, scale in short, take it down 3 points, and it hit down to what? 94, 93 ever? You see that? Look at the accuracy of the call. If you shorted this 95 level, guess what it's going to come down to? 3 points. You see this? This is what we do. This is why we're called Awesome Calls Trading. And I want to close this webinar by just emphasizing, all these chat rooms that are opening up left and right, they're all bragging they're the next best thing. They're this, they're that. They have the formula that's going to make you rich, because they've been trading for a few years. And then there's the other ones that kind of just play small cap stocks that they'll only play maybe a BPTH all day and nothing else. But at the end of the day, when you look at all these chat rooms that are all bragging about how great and how much they're cross-selling you for DVDs and all these books and all this stuff, I want you to ask yourself something and be real. What chat room has developed the most chat rooms out there? What chat room has developed the most chat rooms out there? That's something you could never take away. Your people can talk shit all they want and be an asshole, troll, be pricks. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this chat room builds other chat rooms. And we all know the names of them. And they all stay still in here. They still, most of them stay and pay their 197 because they can't leave daddy. That's what this room does. It develops leaders. It's not just another room. It's not a room just to make $100. It's not a room to make $500. It's a room that's designed to develop your skill level to a whole nother level so you too can be a leader, whether it's with a group of you or a leader of 500 of you. That's what this room, and you can never take that away. Always remember that. Awesome Calls Trading. It's the shed. It is the room of rooms. You can more welcome to follow me on AJ Trader 7. This is my Twitter feed. And if you want to join Discord, it is right here. Just click, and it's on my tweets. And there you go. There is currently 868 members. We are growing. I think we grew 15 overnight, 205 online. Tell your story. And if you ever want to just watch our videos, daily recaps, just hit YouTube, put Awesome Calls Trading, and it is right here every day. They're all free recaps That's what they do. Okay. So I want to thank you again for being a part of our great room. I do love and appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for allowing me to give it time to talk to you. I will see you tomorrow. My birthday's in 2 days. I will definitely do pre-market notes and trade in the morning, and then in the mid-afternoon, when I take my nap, I'll probably just take off for the day. And we are going to be planning a Vegas trip soon. And when we do, I hope to join us, even if you're not in our room. At least get to meet me, and vice versa, and meet some of the mods in here. So, and I'll let you a future date. I'll put it on Twitter so everyone will know as well. Thank you so much. Mad love and respect, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll do this all over again. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.